Coming back from the break, it's called the Business to Business Network Show. My name is Rex Perry. I'm the host and creator of the show. And if you're just turning on your radio, we talk business, politics, and economics. We talk a lot about small business here in Maricopa County. And now we're going to be talking a little bit about roofing. John, give us your last name. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's John McClean. I'm with Irish Roofing Company.
Great. And I love your accent. Ireland, what part?
Newcastle.
Oh, I went to Birmingham on a mission for the Mormon Church. Okay. So, and I learned to speak like a Liverpoolian. And then we got Mark.
I'm Mark with Renewal Restoration.
Excellent. Now tell us a little bit about your company. How long you guys been in business?
Yes, we've started in 2019. We're based in Scottsdale, Arizona. We do residential and commercial roofing.
Now, this is real Irish roofing. I mean,
really, it's Ireland. Yes, I'm not
I did an interview years ago with a guy that was called Irish Pest Control, and I'm sure he had ancestors from Ireland. But you're from. How long have you been over here? Tell us your background.
I'm here. I've been here 12 years. I moved to Phoenix in 2013.
Fantastic. And tell us, you're working a lot with, obviously we got a lot of tile roofs out there. What are you seeing as far as maintenance and things that people need to be doing with the roof?
The big thing for maintenance on a flat roof, the big thing is flat roof. Coatings every 5 to 7 years. People forget about the roof. It's not a priority. So we see a lot of preventive maintenance, especially on commercial. You can save yourself a lot of money if you really maintenance on your roof.
Now, do you work with the foam, white foam?
We do.
Okay.
We work with a local company based in Scottsdale that make the foam, ProTech Products. They're off Scottsdale Road and Thomas. So we work closely with them, our manufacturer.
So every 5 to 10 years, they need to do another coat of the white. Because what happens over time, it gets hot, it begins to crack, and once you get those cracks, then you got water seeping in. And flat roofs, notoriously, the roofs, the water just sits, and then all of a sudden it comes through the ceiling, and that's when you swing over to Mark. What do you see sometimes when you see with these flat roofs? What kind of damage do you see?
A lot of ceiling damage. And a lot of times it can become a slow leak, and they'll just start seeing mold growing on their ceiling, and they're not realizing because it's dripping into their attic. And once a big storm comes through, then it starts coming through to the ceiling. So it's highly important to maintenance your roofs.
Yeah, and sometimes underneath a tile roof, describe what's underneath the tile roof.
So there's underlayment paper and battens and flashings. So if you think of a piece of metal for 20 years in Arizona, the middle of the roof normally doesn't leak. It's a piece of metal. It expands and it attracts. It gets really hot, gets really cold, and that moves over time. And that's what the main problem. Tile is cosmetic. Tile is just for the look. There's 3 places in North America: Florida, Arizona, and Southern California, because we have a lot of tile because of the heat. That's the reason we have it.
Interesting. And underneath there, sometimes they have that black felt paper.
Yes.
And over time, that gets hot and starts to crack.
Yes. So we use Boral Ply 40 or Tile Seal, so that there's fiberglass in that, and that protects your roof. That is your waterproofing system.
And some of this blue stuff is synthetic blue. Describe what that is for the audience, because for the first time, I've been seeing these blue roofs out there. What is that?
Personally, I won't put that on a tile roof because it doesn't have a track record. What we use is Boral Ply 40. It's a publicly traded company. It has fiberglass in it, so it's very important you ask, is there fiberglass in the paper? The synthetic paper doesn't have a track record. I've seen it crumble over time with dust, and I wouldn't feel comfortable putting it on a tile roof.
And it's a 40-pound felt is what they call it. So it's a very heavy weight. Yes. Now, again, when you get into the remodeling session, how do you work with the roofer when you see some of these damages and stuff like that?
I just call him.
Yeah.
I just call John. We'll get a direct dispatch from the insurance company, and we'll say a roof leak, so I'll call John right away so he can come out and tarp up, and then he has the roof.
Yeah.
So.
And describe tarp up. What does that mean?
So that's an emergency tarp. So Mark would call me like last Monday night, like 8:30. John, I have an emergency. The shingles blown off the roof. It's still raining, so we dispatch our service team, and we put an emergency tarp over your roof to stop the bleeding, more or less. What we're doing.
And so this is nice to have a company that can do really an emergency. And so this is a big blue tarp that you put and keep the water out. And then once it's dried up, then usually in Arizona the next day, tell us what's the process that people go through.
So the process is educating the customer on the insurance claim. Is it justifiable damage? Is it higher in your deductible? Is it a small repair that you don't have to get hit with your insurance policy? So just educating people. This doesn't make sense. It's less than $1,000 to repair these shingles. I wouldn't recommend putting a claim in.
Right.
Sometimes it's devastation. Mark has to come out and
And when you do that, Mark, you go and do drywall, paint. Describe everything that you do on the inside.
Well, we're a licensed general contractor, so I mean we can do anything from ground up. So typically, what happens is we'll come in. John will give me his estimate of what it would be for the repairs. I go in and I create the final estimate for the interior and his roofing estimate, and then I'll submit it to the insurance company.
So you handle all the paperwork.
Mhm.
That's excellent. This is a good team to have. Let's get a phone number. How can people reach you?
it's Irish Roofing Company, Scottsdale, Arizona, Doubletree and Scottsdale Road. My number is 480-553-3363.
One more time.
Irish Roofing Company, Scottsdale, Arizona, 480-553-3363.
And how do we get a hold of you, Mark?
You can call my office. It's Renewal Restoration. It's 602-320-9232. 602-320-9232.
You might want to put these phone numbers in your speed dial. You never know. I mean, we get these microbursts. Just a couple of nights ago, we had some huge windstorms, and stuff just happens. And when you get that water pouring in and you see the dripping, you got to have somebody to call. So these are the guys to do it. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming down. We appreciate you being part of the show. Hey, everybody, we're going to do a commercial break. It's called the Business to Business Network Show. My name is Rex Perry. I'm the host and creator of the show. If you want information, go to our website, 123bz.com. The number is 123b as in boy, z as in zebra.com. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.